the newer names. The older names are like Steelheart, Kukos, Caitlin, and then you got these new names, and you're like, what the hell?
It's either a combination of leet speak or there's numbers because
Oh, we're
they
live.
well, we're not. They can't hear us, but yes, we're live. Let's see.
Yes, they can.
Can they hear us?
Yes. Hi.
Oh, hey,
Hi.
hey! I didn't. Whoops, my bad.
So we're live.
They can't see us though. They cannot see us though. That's my bad, everybody. How's it going? It's one of those Sunday nights. We'll go ahead and get the shares out, and then we'll go ahead and get started here. Let's see. You guys can my amazing singing voice. Doobie doobie doobie.
That was funny. That was funny. And yes, y'all will be able to see us very shortly.
Yeah, we're just doing our shares. Doing our
Yeah,
shares.
Lauren just started watching.
Hello. That's halo, not hello.
Halo.
Halo.
What aren't they about to go to Halo 5 now or something like that?
Oh, there's already been a Halo 5, brother. Where you been?
Yeah,
Is there really?
so many. All right, got a little opening sequence here. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of QuestCon News. This is for April 2017, and with me tonight is Steelheart himself, Chad Steelheart Leitenberger.
Hi.
Below me, we've got Deuce, Jeff Deuce Frauli. And of
Deuce.
course, myself, Wendol, John Wendol Robertson. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing well, sir. Weathering the storm, so to
Yeah.
speak.
Yes, does seem to be a storm going through in your area. So anybody that's watching, if Chad mysteriously disappears, you know why. So, what's new? So what? It's been about a month since our last episode. We talked a little bit about tabletop. Any new updates you want to share with us?
Well, we had a couple guest announcements. We got Hurr and Madd, which are a cosplay singing group. Really, they have written a book, and to give people more of an immersion with the book, they've created some songs, and they're really, really good. They'll actually be one of the performances for our VIP party Friday night of the con. And let me tell you what, beautiful voices, absolutely beautiful voices.
So, what is it exactly that they do?
Did I cut out?
No, you're there.
Okay, well, all right. So they're authors. So they've written a book. It's basically where two people enter a world without color. So, and basically they go through this adventure and everything. But to go along with the book and to give people more of an immersive experience, they've created basically a track of songs that help people kind of get more involved in the book. So we heard them, we like their music, and not only will they have a booth at QuestCon, but they'll also be performing for our Friday night VIP show. One of the performances that we have for that.
That is awesome. Now, we have another guest announcement. Mr. Chris Twellmann, and I'm saying that right?
Twellmann, yes.
All right. Now, this guy, I think, has confused every single person who has seen the picture as to as to who he is. Now, Deuce, do you want to explain who he is, or do we want to leave it up to Steel?
Well, we'll put it this way. You know, when I found out, Chris is coming, to the convention, they showed me a picture. I was like, Abraham! Oh, he's also Bull from Band of Brothers. And they're like, that's not really Abraham. I'm like, it looks like Abraham. What are they, twins? And like, no, he's a cosplayer that plays Abraham. But he actually looks like Abraham more than Abraham looks like Abraham. So, you tell me.
There's a shot. There's a huge Walking Dead convention over in Europe, and there's a shot of him standing side by side with the gentleman who plays Abraham. And I'm going to tell you what, they look like twins. And it surprised me. You know, QuestCon's got a reputation. We're heavy cosplay. We're heavy gaming. So not only do we support a lot of the local cosplayers, when we get contacted by such an amazing cosplay like Chris's, who's actually from Germany, we couldn't resist. This guy could be Abraham's twin from Walking Dead. And it's kind of funny because I was actually, we posted up there cosplayer, you know, and to find that he is a cosplayer, not actually Abraham. But we got so many messages like, oh, you've got this guy. And it's like, no, we got this really good cosplayer. And for cosplay, I mean, if you're trying to cosplay somebody and they can't tell the difference, that's one of the greatest compliments in the world you can give a cosplayer. So I am really looking forward to meeting this gentleman.
And honestly, I'm right there with you, Deuce, because I looked at him and I'm like, are you serious? We got Abraham? And then I saw a little bit further, I'm like, oh, but he's so good.
He is. And we're working on some other things that will probably be just as confusing, but absolutely awesome. So keep an eye out because there's some more really cool things cosplay-wise down the chute. I've got to tip my hat to Lauren Mills. She has done an excellent job with the adventuring team. She's done an excellent job, you know, with everything cosplay with QuestCon. Y'all just wait. She's working on some really cool things.
It looks really exciting. It really does. Now for May, because we're about to open up May. What do we have on the agenda for May?
Oh wow! I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna pull up a list. So bear with me for a second. We are all over the place in May. You know, obviously, Free Comic Book Day is coming up May 6th, Saturday, May 6th. It's a great event for comic book stores. We're going to have a team in Ocean Springs over at 3 Alarm Comics over there. So we'll have a team over there helping promote QuestCon at 3 Alarm Comic Book Day there. And we're also going to have a team at TBS Comics in Pensacola, Florida. So make sure you stop in and see us in these two areas. We'll have some of our adventuring team members at each location. It'll be really, really good. And find out about QuestCon because you never know when there might be drawings or promos going on. May 7th. Now this is really cool. We're going to a Star Trek versus Star Wars bowling tournament. It's for charity. It's for the food pantry in Pensacola, Florida at Cadova Lanes. We'll have a good amount of our adventuring team members there. We're partaking in it. It's really, really cool. So I don't know if we're going to pick sides because personally I'm split down the middle between Star Trek and Star Wars. Don't you complain. If you want to pick a side, come to Pensacola May 7th.
See, you know, me personally, I have to go Star Wars.
Well, yeah, I mean, you are at the 501st.
Well, you know, I gotta back my own people. Plus, I can force choke anybody. So you know.
But no, we're not going to really pick a side there. We're going to show up. We're going to have some fun. It's a great event. It's for a great charity. So if you're in Pensacola, Florida, it's at 1 p.m. Sunday, May 7th. Stop in Cadova Lanes. You're going to see a bunch of Star Trek people, a bunch of Star Wars people, and a bunch of everything else. Just be a lot of people there having a good time supporting local charity. And moving on.
Moving on up.
We're still early in the month.
We're still early in the month. So we actually get a weekend off, we think. We're not sure. Probably not. And then May 20 through 21st, you're going to find us over at Southern Geek Fest in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. It's Southern Geek Fest's second year, and I'll tell you what. I met the gentleman that runs this con. His name is Wraith, and he is a really, really nice guy, and he puts on a really, really good con. We went last year. It was their first con, and I'm going to tell you what. It's actually one of the smoothest running cons I've been to. It hats off to him. He puts on a really good show. And then May 26th through 28th, we will be loading up a bunch of adventuring team members going to Atlanta, Georgia, and we will be at MomoCon.
Ooh.
Yep, I'll be dual hat in MomoCon also, so I'm gonna enjoy getting to see all you guys again up in my neck of the woods.
There you go. And so we got a busy schedule planned for May, and it just keeps on getting busier and busier. So you'll see us just about anywhere between Panama City and New Orleans for the next 5.5, 6 months for QuestCon.
Hey, we're getting out there. We're getting out there. Although I do want to ask, Steel. I know you're not one to pick sides, but I'm looking at the back of your room, right by the door, and that looks like a Star Trek comm panel from the old '60s.
Yeah, there is a Star Trek panel there, but so yeah, I don't pick sides.
All right. Now let's see. We are just a little under 6 months out now, right?
Yes, about 5.5 months, 5 3/4. I could probably count the days if I tried hard enough, but every day is valuable.
All right. Now, going forward, what is the biggest thing that we're gonna need?
Well, we've built such a great, amazing base for QuestCon. I mean, we went from literally saying, okay, we're going to have half the exhibit hall, 4 vendor floor, 4 panel rooms in a ballroom, to 4 city blocks big. So you're gonna start seeing us concentrate a lot on the different aspects of QuestCon. A lot of people's been asking questions. What is the wrecking yard? Simple answer. It's Mad Max Bartertown brought to life, but there's a lot more to it, and we're going to be going over that. You'll probably see a whole show like this on nothing but the wrecking yard.
Oh,
we got
will.
Kids Con. Oh yeah, we got Kids Con coming up, and it's Punky's done such a great job of putting that together, and it's coming along nicely. That's at the Science Explorium, and that's a whole track just for kids. In addition to QuestCon, the History Museum, we're working out something really neat with them. We're not going to talk about it until the ink dries, but man, I'll tell you what, it is going to be really, really neat. And then, of course, we got some stuff going on at the hotel across the street, where our room block is, the Renaissance Hotel. So, I mean, literally, QuestCon encompasses 4 city blocks. It's slated to be one of the largest conventions on the Gulf Coast. And I'll tell you what, it is a truly interactive convention. There is so much to do already. There's so much more we're going to be adding. It's more than your normal dog and pony show with a flea market. We want you to come have fun. If you like meeting guests and going to vendors and seeing the different type of vendors, we've got that. And we got a lot of it. If you like playing games, we've got the UGC coming in there, putting on a huge tournament, which we're announcing later this month too. We've got tons of tabletop gaming, which I know you're trying to get Chris on here to talk about that. We'll time down.
Yep.
We've brought in some really good cosplayers. We've brought in some really good cosplay experts that are going to do panels from crafting wings to working with foam to even a panel on how to properly pose for your cosplay.
I want to add to that real quick, Chad, since you brought it up. That's the thing about our cosplay. What steps us up from other conventions with our cosplay is not only do we have some world-class cosplayers going to be here, but we have world-class people teaching new cosplayers how to get into cosplay.
Really do.
Even if you just thought about doing it, show up, learn some great things. I mean, before we started working on this convention, I laughed at cosplay. And now, you know, Lauren, our cosplay head, I'm having her try to find me a helmet for one of my cosplay contests, so I can wear it, don it at Dragon Con this year and stuff. When I get to QuestCon, I'm not going to be able to dress up. I'm going to be way too busy and stuff.
Yeah.
We're all going to be, like, too busy. Just want to point that out.
That's what's so, we're putting on such an amazing event, but we don't get to enjoy it. But we do go to other cons to enjoy those, and that's the neat thing about it. I've always gone to conventions, but the amount of conventions I've been to over the last couple of years has been really, really rewarding in a lot of ways. Just meeting some of the event organizers, meeting some of the people that help put on the conventions. It's regardless whether it's 100-person comic book show or a huge event like Pensacon, each of these people that put on these cons, from the con director to the newest volunteer, put their heart and soul into these cons to really provide a great show for the attendees.
And that's what it's planned to be. And I'm sorry I cut you off, Deuce. I was just laughing a little bit at that. All right. And my mind just went blank. What just went blank?
Well, now, that's the awesomeness of QuestCon.
I know, isn't it? Now, one of the things we discussed just before we were starting the show, and you're going to see a little bit of a format difference here, is the fact we need to start putting more of our names out here. And for some of those people that, with QuestCon, that probably haven't heard the story behind your name, why is it we always refer to you as Steelheart, Chad?
Oh, wow. You asked my wife, and she says there is no Steelheart here. But, about 18 years ago, I got involved in online gaming in a game called EverQuest, and some of you have heard of that. Some of you might not have been born yet, but it was one of the first three-dimensional, so to speak, MMOs out there. So I've been a gamer all my life. Up till that point, I played Dungeons and Dragons at the fire station, and when I was younger, kids across the street, stuff like that. And my pencil and paper character was Steelheart. So when I started playing EverQuest, it was just natural to put Steelheart in there. And it's just pretty much what most people know me as. I answer to Steelheart, Chad, and a couple other names I can't repeat on live Facebook. But that's how I got the name. It was originally from Pencil and Paper D&D. See, the neat thing about QuestCon is QuestCon's actually put on by gamers. We are gamers. We're not pretending to be gamers. We're not trying to make people think we're gamers. We are actually gamers. When we're not putting together a con, we're gaming. Whether it's virtual Dungeons and Dragons through Fantasy Grounds on the computer, because, we all don't live sane driving distance. Some of us do. Or whether we're playing games like World of Warcraft or Overwatch, which I got an Overwatch match after this, so we're actually gamers.
Not to mention the Battlefield thing behind you.
Yes, I do like my Battlefield.
You do like the sniper action in all the first-person shooters. We know this.
Let's see. What's the famous phrase, Deuce?
Shield too.
What's the famous phrase, Deuce?
Oh, the one
for sniping.
Why you put me on a spot like that?
Boom! Headshot!
That's it. And he brings this up because we have a video we play when we set up a booth at the conventions. And they'll be playing music for about 10, 15 minutes. By the way, we looped this video for the whole convention. And by the end, and we finally turn it off, the booths around us are so happy we turned it off because they're singing the music with us because they've been hearing it the whole time because we're just jamming our music. And then all of a sudden, all this techno music, and all of a sudden you boom, headshot. And then back to music.
Y'all are where I used to do some streaming a couple years ago. So no time for that anymore. But
well, now you have me tempted to pull out some of the old stuff and get some clips just so I can
Next
randomly
time.
put up there.
Next time.
Yep.
But that's how Steelheart came to be, and we've got such a great staff of QuestCon, and most of them come from people we've gamed with or local people we've met. That's why we're heavy gaming. That's why we're heavy cosplay, because we do have members that like Deuce and the 501st, and like Lauren, who has some amazing cosplay as well.
Yep.
We just got done with what I heard was a pretty extensive photo shoot yesterday, so grats, Lauren.
I heard she was having some problems with wind too. So whatever she was doing was, I guess, windy. Never helps.
Well, that wind was kicking too, man.
Yeah. And since we're on the subject, Deuce, let's find out about your name since we're talking about it. and
Okay.
especially since Steel has such a big influence on what your name became.
Well, okay, so I've actually morphed my names a few times through my career in gaming. I actually started off with EverQuest 2 and EverQuest, the original, also, because I actually played EverQuest 2 also. But I used to always play female characters. And my answer to that, huh?
Nothing, go ahead.
So, everyone goes, you're a dude, why are you playing a female character? And so my comment was always, if I have to look at a butt for 8 hours a day, I'm going to look at a female butt. Even if it's a cartoon. But, that was my answer. And so I got past that phase in life, and, I started playing male characters. Well, for those you don't know, I'm retired military and stuff, and I was an NBC in CIA when I was in the military.
Now, what is an NBC?
Nuclear, biological, chemical, the bad stuff. I mean, I had the job that nobody wanted me to do, ever. So, mostly I sat up in staff jobs and stuff like that. But every once in a while I'd have to pull out my knowledge, but not normally. It was more of a training job.
See, when I thought when he logged into the game and it was Deuce NBC, I thought he was some character from a TV show.
Well, the Deuce comes from when I made my email account, which to the day still is Deuce NBC. I was in a unit called the Fighting Deuce. Okay, and I was their NBC NCO, so I just took on the name Deuce NBC as my email, and then I started using it in games because, I don't know, I just did. Well, then I joined Grievance a few years back, and I became an officer underneath Steel in a game called Arcade, and for some reason, he just changed my name. I mean, literally he says, I'm not calling you that. And went to the forums and says, you are now Deuce from here on out. And that's how I became Deuce. I mean, when the progenitor says, you are this from here on out, that's who I became. Everybody called me Deuce anyway. So that's how it became Deuce. Now the only problem is Deuce is a very common name in games. So if I don't get in early in the game, I can't get my name. and then I have to go back to Deuce NBC or something else. But that's where the name comes from. And that's how Chad had influence on my name.
Nice. All right. Well, we don't want to take up too much of everybody's time. I think we've been on the air for about 20 minutes or so, maybe almost 30. Tickets are on sale. Quest-con.com, and you just played around with a little bit more of the Facebook page or with the website, didn't you?
Yeah, I wasn't happy with the landing page. It went straight to the Grotech spy thing. So, with the help of Liette, we redid the landing page to make it a little more friendly, so to speak. It's stuff like this. After you get everything down, you look, and it's little tweaks here, little tweaks there. You're like, not quite comfortable with that. Doesn't flow good. So now you're gonna see a more cleaner landing page with an image on it that our cosplay lead will be very familiar with.
All right. So tickets are for sale. Quest-con.com. You can go through there, and it'll take you to the Grotix page. The signups are up for volunteers, right?
Correct. We have we within the last month we opened up the volunteer signups. So we got the volunteer applications going. We have the panel submissions going for people who want to submit panels. We even have press applications if you are more the pressy type people. So we got a lot done last year as far as that. We told everybody about 6 months out we're going to open all this up because don't want to do it too soon. So we went ahead and opened all that up. It's looking really good. And ticket sales, guys, we're humbled by the interest. We really are. It literally gives us credence that we are doing something right and we are putting on a really amazing and apparently a really large con.
which we will talk about. And actually, I'll put this out here now. I'll kind of talk straight to you guys.
It's going to happen sometime in May, probably June for sure.
Yeah. So we got a lot of stuff coming, so keep paying attention. Follow us on the Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, go to the website, and it is going to be an awesome convention. It's going to be...
I'll tell you what, we're working on an amazing guest announcement. I can't say anything more than that. Should have something pretty exciting by end of May, mid-June, but be well worth coming.
Yeah, he wouldn't let me announce it because there was no ink yet.
Nope. No ink, no announcement.
Isn't this the one, if you don't know who this person is, you have to turn in your geek card?
Pretty much. So we'll leave it at that.
All right. Well, with that being said, gentlemen, thank you for coming on. Everyone who's watching, thank you for watching. And head to the website. Get ready for October 20th through the 22nd, Mobile, Alabama, at the Arthur R. Outlaw Convention Center. It's going to be a heck of an experience. You're not going to want to miss it. Good night.
Night.